neuen Klang des Miles Davis Quintetts ist das elektrische Klavier von Chick Corea.
In '69, the fact that I was playing with Miles Davis, which was a dream come true for me. I was pretty mono-focused on that band and my life as a musician, trying to get my own thing going, and definitely with, you know, enjoying every moment with Miles in that quintet. Miles was always able to, but that period especially, was able to get a sound out of the trumpet that was just almost took it out of the category of being a trumpet, an instrument. It just had this rich. It was the way he played in tune too. He always he nailed the pitch. He'd nail notes, and it'd just go through you like this. You know, he was quite fit and playing great. The quintet, just before that quintet with Herbie and Tony and Ron, actually took that standard form that Miles had developed and got pretty free with it. That was a pretty avant-garde band too. So I think that was in the air, this thing of vaporizing themes and just going places. But I saw that Miles couldn't use that as a basis for where he was going. And in retrospect, if I look at it now, it's pretty obvious where Miles was going. He wanted to reconnect with audiences. To do that, he put a groove and a rhythm back into his music. He more and more put flavors of the youth of the times into his presentation. The way he dressed, the way the musicians he hired, the way they played, the electric guitar, so forth and so on. I used to hang out with Dave. We were the same age, and you know, we were the newcomers to the band. And we were both into the free music aspect of the band. That's what interested us. And then Miles, obviously, by what he was doing, was in a kind of a search. He was doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then he brought the electric piano in. That was a statement of some kind. And then he kept, as the concerts developed, Miles kept going more and more to a groove rhythm. Like he'd start a groove rhythm, and then the band would go in all kind of different directions with Wayne's solo, and then mine, and then what Dave and Jack were doing. When Miles first wanted to have me play electric piano, I struggled with it for a while because I really didn't like it. And I was struggling with it because I was with a maestro and hero of mine. All of these guys were, and here I am with an instrument that I hated the sound of. See, it was just like ate me up. But as we continued to tour, I got more the idea of what Miles was doing, and the Fender Rhodes started to figure it out. Started to work, see how to work it and how to bring that more into the sonic thing that Miles was looking for. And then as an afterthought, the whole idea of having a band that had some kind of an electric sound to it appealed to me for the same reason I believe that Miles had, which was a different sound, and it was a sound of youth. It it was the sound of pop and rock too, but yet I could play jazz on it. What we did in the studio with the Bitches Brew sessions was experimental. The first time I got called to go to the studio, oh, we're going to record. Wow, we're going to record. I figured we were going to record what we were doing live. And I was kind of disappointed at first that we weren't. And, but then I quickly saw that Miles was using the recording as experimenting with new themes and different combinations and different musicians and stuff. And that's how those sessions progressed. It was like one thing after the next. But then when we went back out on the road, the cue for what we were going to do would start with Miles's first few notes. We'd know what we're doing by Miles playing a few notes, and then, oh, we're doing that, boom. He'd come on the stage and he'd stand by the microphone often before he played a note, and we knew that he was waiting for us to settle down so that he could introduce the next theme. And that's what he would do. He'd introduce the next theme, and we'd be off. Miles always played intense. During that whole period I played with him, he played magnificent. He was a magnificent trumpeter. He played high, too. Yeah. He played some thick high notes. Sometimes when trumpet players play high, it gets thin. And he had some searing, wow. It's funny, that band was called, what was it called? The guys, writers used to call it the Lost Quintet. So we found it.